All right. Today is the dreaded 8-mile run that I am currently mentally preparing myself for. My legs are still pretty sore, which is to be expected. So I gotta stretch and R&R my legs before I run here, but we'll cross the bridge as we get there. This morning, I got some time, quiet time to read, drink some coffee, get some caffeine in my system before this run, and now currently eating my pre-run meal, which is 6 scrambled eggs, all homegrown, backyard grown, 2 pieces of homemade sourdough bread with honey and butter, and then a bowl of blueberries, blackberries, and an apple drizzled with more honey. So I'm hoping this will be plenty of enough fuel to get me through this run. But we will see. It should. I know the last 7-mile run last weekend was, I don't want to say easy, but relatively not that bad compared to what I was expecting. So we'll see how that goes, because honestly, it's a perfect day for a run. I think it's like 60 degrees and overcast, so it's like just perfect running to not like overheat and die while you run, but not cold enough to where you have to, freeze your ass off while you run. So so in the meantime, I think I'm just going to eat this food while I watch some YouTube videos while I mentally prepare myself for this run. And go from there, because I'm hoping this 8-mile run isn't too bad. If the 7-mile run was any indicator, this shouldn't be terrible, so we'll see. And then after my 8-mile run is Easter dinner with the family, so I'm about to chow down and, fill my stomach with some apple pie cheesecake and ham and all sorts of different foods and carbs and goodness, which I'm using my 8-mile run as an excuse to kind of eat a lot of carbs, so I think it's a pretty valid excuse. So yeah, I'm gonna get all this food down, let it start digesting for an hour or two, and then go run my 8 miles. We'll see how that goes. All right, so post run, uh, didn't go as smooth as the 7-mile run last week, but I got it done. I'll put the splits up on the screen. It wasn't as fast as I was hoping, but still pretty good, because my shins and calves weren't at 100%. So I would call that a pretty dang good run. First few miles, it took me a while to get back into the swing of things, to try to find the groove. And then at about mile 4, my right calf started to give out on me, and that was fun because it felt like I was limping the whole time. But after about 2 more miles, it I guess fixed itself, and I was able to keep going. So I'm glad that I did, because at about mile 5, if my calf would have kept, giving out on me, I probably would have considered running only a 6 miler, but I didn't. I got 8 miles in, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. So for what it's worth, I think I did pretty damn good this week. I beat my Monday pace by a minute on average. I beat my Wednesday pace by a minute and a half. I have to see what my pace was on Friday. And then today, my pace was about just over 9 minutes, I think, 9:15, anywhere between 9:15 and 9:30, something like that. So overall, not too shabby of a week for running and training. I think that makes it a 19-mile week with a distance PR today. So that's pretty good. I'm still improving. So that is the goal of all this, is to keep PRing every week and get better every week. And from here, it's only going to get harder. So I got to figure out how to rest and recover fully, because my calves and shins have not been 100% for like over a week. So I don't know if that's going to involve icing or stretching more often or whatnot. I don't know. I got to do some research on it and try some different things. I think tomorrow, if my shins and calf are super bad, I might take tomorrow just as a solely dedicated rest and recovery day instead of doing body weight, active recovery workout. So we'll see how I feel in the morning. Hopefully not too bad. I just stretched after the run and they don't feel terrible. But you never know what happens overnight. They could just, seize up on me, and that's not ideal. But we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Other than that, I gotta stay hydrated. I haven't been getting headaches, so this extra water I've been drinking has been helping a lot. I gotta keep on it. Today I've only drank before my run, I only drank about 3 liters of water, which is not ideal. But, throughout the day, I'm hoping to get at least 2 gallons of water today, because 8 miles is quite a lot for me. So but yeah, overall, I'd say it's a pretty good day. I'm proud of myself for doing it. It was a lot colder, now that I think about it. It was a lot colder over run than I thought it was going to be, but it still wasn't bad running weather. It's like 60 degrees and cloudy and windy, so it's just enough to keep you cool and not sweating your ass off while you run, but just warm enough to where you don't freeze. But other than that, it was a pretty damn good run. 8 miles down the tank, distance PR. So as long as I keep improving, I keep getting better, that's all that matters. And then, was it 23 weeks? 23 weeks from today? One, 24 weeks from today is race day. I got 24 weeks to keep upping it. So, and then peak marathon training, I'm hitting, 18 to 20 miles for a long day for training. But that's not for another, few weeks. So, not there yet, so no need to fret about it. Hopefully by then my endurance is caught up and I can figure out my shin problem and calf problem. But as far as today is concerned, it was a pretty dang good day. 8 miles, got her in. Now it's time to feast and recoup all the carbs and water that I just lost with sodium and cookies and apple pie cheesecake. So until then, see you next time. Peace.